We're going to be doing lesson 1-6, dividing mixed numbers. So I'm going to do all the even ones. You got all the odd ones. Let's begin. First one starts off with 10 divided by 2 and 1/4 equals 10 over 1. Well, that makes sense. They turn 10 into a fraction. And of course, they're going to want to go ahead and turn this mixed number into an improper fraction. We know that 4 times 2 equals 8. And we then know that 8 plus 1 equals 9. So this is going to be 9 over 4. Now they change from division multiplication, which means they're using keep, change, flip. They kept the first fraction the same. They change from division multiplication, which means we are flipping the second fraction around, creating its reciprocal. And now we simply multiply the top number to the top number. 10 times 4 is 40. And the bottom number to the bottom number. 1 times 9 is 9. Now we have a mixed number. 9 goes into 40 4 times, because I know 9 times 4 is 36. That will leave 4 left over, because 40 minus 36 is 4. And my answer should be 4 and 4 over 9. For those that didn't get that last part, remember, every fraction is really a division problem. This right here is just 40 divided by 9. Okay? We know that 9 goes into 40 4 times. With 4 left over. And that's where we get our 9 or our 4 right there, and 4 over 9. Okay, let's go to number 16. We had number 15 to do on your own. So again, they turned this mixed number 1 3/8 into improper fraction by multiplying 1 times 8, which was 8, and then adding 3, which made 11. Now we have to do the same to 4 and 1/8. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33. So this would be 33 over 8. Okay, and now we're keep changing flip, right? Keep change flip. We keep the first fraction the same. We change from division to multiplication. Now we flip it to 8 over 33. All right, and now we can't use the butterfly method. I think the book is going to ask us to go just work it out. 11 times 8 will be 88. And 8 times 33, this is exactly why we like using the butterfly method, so we don't have these weird numbers here. So now we've got 33 times 8. Which make 264. But look, what we could have done up here, which I will do to go ahead and find our new answer. I know that 8 and 8, using the butterfly method, I can go ahead and cross these out because I know that they're both divisible by 8. So if I cross them both out, 8 divided by 8 would be 1, and 8 divided by 8 would be 1. And those 8s wouldn't be there anymore. And then I could do the same thing here because 11 and 33 are both divisible by 3. Or excuse me, 11. So I could say 11 divided by 11 was 1, and 33 divided by 11 would be 3. And now I can just multiply 1 times 1, that gives me 1, and 1 times 3, which gives me 3. So I know that 88 over 264 is really 1/3. All right, number 17 is yours, so let's go to number 18. Number 18 is a great place for me to go ahead and write, let's see, a code word, and we're going to put this code word here. I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to write it. And yes, you might imagine I have this sitting in front of me right now. Okay. All right, so if you've seen that, put it in or on your homework and bring it into me, and you'll get a treat today, or when after I grade your paper. Now, they took 4 1/3, turned into 13 over 3, going around the world. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Let's do the same here. 3 times 4 will be 12, plus 1 also be 13. And let's see now, we've got 13 over 3 times 4 over 13. And you can see now, using the butterfly method, why it would be so useful. Crossing out these 13s that obviously are both divisible by 13 will leave me 1 times 4, which is 4. Oh, I'm not going to write that yet. And then 3 times 1, which would be 3. And the reason I didn't want to write it is I still have an improper fraction. This would really be 1 and 1/3, because 3 goes into 4 one time with 1 left over. And the book would say that if I did it the the long way, the harder way, I would have 13 times 4. To be 52. And then 13 times 3, which I imagine would be 49. All right, number 19 was for you to do. I got number 20, and I guess we're going to start going through these a little more quicker. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 5 will give us 23. So this is really 23 over 6. I know that's an ugly line, but yeah, that's a fraction. And then we have 9 times 6, which is 54, plus 9 will make 59. Now we use key change flip. But this, of course, is going to turn into 23 over 6 times 6 over 59. I can use the butterfly method to get rid of my 6's, leaving me a 1 there. They're both divisible by 6, right? 6 divided by 6 is 1. 6 divided by 6 is 1. Now 23 times 1 will equal 23. And 1 times 59 will be 59. And these are not divisible into each other. There's nothing that they have in common, so that's my final answer. I go to number 22. 22, 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 5 will be 21. over 8. That would be divisible by 13 over 1. This is going to turn to 21 over 8 times 1 over 13. And these are not divisible in each other. We're just going to have to do the work here. 21 times 1 would be 21. Now I got 8 times 13. Let's see, 13 times 8. $104. I have to ask myself, is there anything that goes into 21 and into 104? I'm not quite sure. I'm going to use the calculator to see. I know 21 can be 7 times 3, so they're both 21 is divisible by 7 and 3. Is 104 divisible by 7 or 3? Nope. And nope. I'm afraid that that is in the simplest form right there. 21 over 104. Next, I got number 24. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so that's 7 over 3. One times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4, so that's 4 over 3. Keep change flips makes us 7 over 3 times 3 over 4. Butterfly method allows me to take the 3's out because 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now I have 7 times 1, which is 7. And I have 1 times 4, which is 4. There's an improper fraction, which will equal 1 3/4. All right, I guess I have number 26 next. 26 says, Beth is making a rope ladder. Each step of the ladder is 2 1/3 feet wide. Beth has a rope that is 21 feet long. How many steps can she make from that rope? Okay, and of course she's talking about how many of these steps can she make. All right, so the question is, will I take 2 1/3 and divide it by 21, or I take 21 and divide it by 2 1/3? What do you guys think? Well, remember, we have 9 feet of rope to work with. That's all that we can use. So this is going to be 21 divided by 2 1/3. I know I could turn 21 into 21 over 1. And I know I can turn 2 1/3. Well, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So this is really going to be 21 over 1 divided by 7 over 3. Now I have to go ahead and keep change flip. So we're going to turn this to 21 over 1 divided by 3 over 7. Or excuse me, multiplied to 3 over 7. Forgot to change. All right. And now, well, we have 21 times 3. That's going to be 63. And 1 times 7, that's going to be 7. And we know 63 divided by 7 is 9. So that tells me there will be 9 steps. This was a good example, not just taking the first number given to you and dividing it by the second one, reading into the problem to find out how you have to go ahead and set up your equation. All right, let's go to number 28. The larger room is twice as long as the smaller room. Okay, how long is the larger room? Okay, well, it seems to me that we're just going to be multiplying this number by 2, right? I don't see any trick to this, right? Because this is 2 times whatever this is, so it's 2 times 20 and 4/5. Okay. Let's work it over here where we got some room. So 20 and 4/5 be 20 times 5, right? That's 100. And then 100 plus 4, that's going to give me 104. So this is really 104 over 5. And since this room is twice as big, we're multiplying it by 2. So this is going to be 208 over 5. We know that every fraction is really a division problem. So this is really 208 divided by 5. See, 208 divided by 5. Uh, 5 goes into 24 times. Leaving me 8. And 5 goes into 8 one time. Leaving me 3. So the answer has to be 41 and 3 over 5, 3/5. All right, 29 is yours to do. I guess I'll go and work number 30. Lewis has 3 pounds of ground turkey to make turkey burgers. He uses 3/8 pound per burger to make 6 burgers. How many 1/4 pound burgers can Lewis make with the remaining turkey? All right, he has 3 pounds, right? And he uses 3/8 pound per burger to make 6 burgers. Okay, how many 1/4 pound burgers can Lewis make with the remaining turkey? All right, well, this is kind of tricky. He had 3 pounds, right? And he used 3/8 on 6 burgers, so we have to multiply 3/8 times 6, right? 3/8 times 6, right? That'll tell me how much he used total. This is going to be, well, looks like 18 over 8. Or I could use the butterfly method to make this a 3 and make this a 4. They're both divisible by 2. And that would have given me 9 over 4. Okay, and 9/4 is an improper fraction because 4 goes into 9 2 times with 1/4 left over. So he used 2 1/4 of his 3 pounds to go ahead and make those 6 burgers. Now, it says how many 1/4 pound burgers are left? Well, if you use 2 1/4 pound, we have to subtract 3 minus 2 1/4. This is pretty easy. We know that 3 minus 2 1/4 is going to be 3/4. And for those that find that hard to believe, remember, 1/4 plus 3/4 equal 1. And that 1 more would be added to 2, and that would be the 3. So since we have 3/4, that tells me there are 3 1/4 pound burgers, because 3/4 divided by 1/4 would give me 3, right? 3/4 divided by 1/4, I'm pretty sure. Let's try it. Divide it by 1/4. Let's see if it gives me 3. Remember, keep, change, flip. So this is going to be 3/4 times 4/1. My butterfly method allows me to get rid of the 4's because they're both divisible by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Now I have 3 times 1, which is 3. 1 times 1, which is 1. And that tells me 3/1. Anything over 1 is itself. And like I said, we'll be able to make 3 1/4 pound burgers. Okay. Number 32, Margaret uses 1 3/4 teaspoon of key lime zest to make 12 key lime cupcakes. She wants to make 30 cupcakes. How much key lime zest will Margaret use? She uses 1 3/4 teaspoon of key lime zest to make 12 key lime cupcakes. And she wants 30 cupcakes. So she needs to know how much key lime zest is she going to use. All right, well, let's see. She uses this much to make 12, and we want to make 30. Well, first what we're going to do is realize we're taking 1 3/4 and dividing it by 12. All right, so let's start there. 1 3/4 divided by 12. And we know this is really going to be 12/1. So when we keep, change, flip this is going to be 4 times 1, which is 4 plus 3, and that's 7. So this would be 7/4. Be multiplied to, we're going to flip this, 1/12. I skipped a little step there, okay. I went straight into my keep, change, flip. Now I multiply my top number to my top number, which is 7. My bottom number to my bottom number, which would be 48. So that tells me each key lime cupcake takes 7/48 teaspoon of key lime zest. Now that I know how much 1 takes, I can multiply that to 30. This is where it gets a little tricky. If I use the butterfly method, I know 48 and 30 are both divisible by 6, because 6 times 5 is 30, and 8 times 6 is 48. Now I know 7 times 5 will be 35. I know 8 times 1 will be 8. And I have my improper fraction, 35/8. I know 8 goes into 35 4 times, because 8 times 4 is 32. Remember, every fraction is a division problem. 35 divided by 8. So let's just work that out over here. 35 divided by 8. 32. And this would be a 4 up here. And I'll have 3 left over. And that tells me my answer has to be 4. And let's see, 3/8. 4 3/8. All right, I have one more left, number 34. It says the owner of an aquatic store uses 17 1/2 gallon of water to fill the aquarium. He puts 5 5/6 gallon of water in each aquarium. How many aquariums did he fill? Okay. He used 17 1/2 gallons of water to fill the aquarium's total. So this is the total that he uses. And he put 5 5/6 gallons of water in each one. So this is 17 1/2 divided by 5 5/6. All right, I got to take these mixed numbers and turn them into improper fractions. I know 17 times 2 will be 34, plus 1 will make 35, so this is really 35 over 2. And I know 6 times 5 is 30, plus 5 will make 35. So this is 35 over 6. And now I got to use key change flip, and when I do, I'll keep my first one the same. I'll change the multiplication. And then I'll flip the second one, so it'll be 6 over 35. And now we can see the butterfly method will be used very easily here, because 35 and 35 both go into each other 35 times. So 35 divided by 35 is 1. Same over here. And 6 and 2 are both divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. This becomes very easy all of a sudden. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. Any number over 1 is itself. So that tells me 3 aquariums will be filled. 3 aquariums. All right? I don't believe there's any more problems today, so that looks like all of them. I'll see you in class, and we'll check out how to do all the rest there. Have a great night.